I had the opportunity to listen to Hayley, and I was incredibly impressed. Not only by her delivery and her poise, but I was impressed by the level of openness, the level of vulnerability, and the message that she had to convey. And afterwards, she and I had an opportunity to spend some time together, and I was like, I just must have you come talk to my team.
Every single one of us in this room is a human being. Before you work at Microsoft, before you are anything else, before you do anything else, understand one thing: you are a human being. You have feelings, you go through things, and it's okay.
Hi, my name's Laura Padley and I work at Microsoft. We just had the opportunity to hear Hayley speak, and it was a really great chance to dive deeper into our emotions and bring our authentic selves to work. And the conversation and activity really opened up conversations and a chance for everyone in the room to be vulnerable. I definitely learned that my colleagues and coworkers have a lot more going on in their lives and their work lives than we know about, and that's something we can keep in mind as we're interacting and supporting each other.
It's been a pleasure just to hear Hayley speak today at the OCP All Hands in Redmond. And the thing that really impacted me was the exercise. I was thinking about myself and filling out the form, but then I started to hear all these stories coming back from Gabriella, from the people online, and I realised that everybody is going through something different.
I really believe that the best leaders don't develop IQ, but they develop EQ, and being sensitive to the fact that you just never know what anyone's going through in this room. And I think it's so important to be sensitive to that. I think vulnerability is a taboo. People don't like being vulnerable, but vulnerability is my power. Vulnerability is the most powerful thing. I've been able to be in certain rooms that I shouldn't be in, be able to speak to certain leaders that I should be able to speak to, but just because of me being vulnerable, it's allowed me to connect with people on a human-to-human level. I don't connect with people because of their title, I connect with them because they're humans.
She's a great speaker. She connected with us as a woman, so it was amazing. Thank you.
Now that I'm getting older, now that I'm going through life and growing through life, I'm realizing the importance of not having role models, but real models. So what is a real model? A real model is someone that you can actually relate to, someone that is actually real, someone that can be vulnerable with you. Because if there's something that I'm realizing as human beings is that we can no longer connect with what you do, but we need to connect with who you are. Because if there's something that I really wanted to remind you today, more than anything, is that you're a human before you are a teacher. You're a human before you are a student. You're a human before you're a nurse. You're a human before you're a midwife. Regardless of whatever occupation that may be on that piece of paper, you are a human being.
Today I attended the International Students Conference where Hayley was a guest speaker, and I really enjoyed her talk. It was really emotional, and I really applaud her for her bravery of sharing her story.
So today I wanted to talk to you about pushing through a breakdown. Now, if you told me 1,460 days ago that I'd be standing on the stage speaking to you beautiful people, I wouldn't believe it. I started speaking at 17, there was only 20 people in the room, but I knew that I was called to thousands. I knew I was called to speak to so much more. But if there's one thing that I'm realizing is that as a young woman, no one actually prepared me for the trials and tribulations that were going to come before me. I remember it was year 10, parents' evening. So I celebrate life because I know what it means to be near to death.
Right.
And I celebrate life because life is contagious as well. Yeah. And I generally want everyone that is going through a dark place to understand that there is a light at the tunnel. I found that light. And I always say I try to be a voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. And that's what my book is. I remember when it was like the time that I got to my darkest place. This is when my brother was at work, my mum was still abroad at this time, and I decided that I was going to take my life, but this was the last time, and this was basically where everything shifted for me. And what happened is I went downstairs and I got the pills that I was going to overdose on. My brother was at work and it was 4 p.m, so I was really planning everything. I had everything planned, and my brother came back home early, so he didn't actually tell me he was coming back home. He came back home early, he sat me down because he saw the pills and he knew exactly what I was going to do. He sat me down, he said, "Hayley, I don't know what's happened, and I'm not going to shout at you, but I just want you to listen to me. I want to tell you a story about Muhammad Ali." And I was like, what is this guy talking about? So at the time that he started talking to me about Muhammad Ali, I was just like, what is going on? And he said to me, "Hayley, when Muhammad Ali goes out into the ring, the people are cheering him on, saying, 'Muhammad, come on, Muhammad, you can do this.' And what happens, he gets into that ring and he starts to fight. And when he starts to fight, he goes left, he goes right, fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. But sometimes Muhammad Ali gets knocked down. Everyone around him is cheering, 'Muhammad, get up. Muhammad, you can fight. Muhammad, you can do this.' But it's up to Muhammad to actually get up and fight. He says, 'Hayley, right now you've been knocked down. Right now I don't know what's in your mind. Right now your mind is getting on top of you and I don't know what's going on.' Everyone around you can say, 'Hayley, get up.' Mummy can say, 'Hayley, get up.' Fiona can come say, 'Hayley, get up.' We can all say, 'Hayley, get up and fight.' But it's going to be up to you to get up and fight." My brother made a hard decision that day because he actually left the room and he left me with the pills. But ultimately, he had one decision and I had mine. And my decision was to carry on fighting.